Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Season 4 of the Rwagnation League. It is so good to be back. The winter period might be underway, but I'll tell you something, there's some fire going on in the Australian Grand Prix today. It's the F2 cars first, and we'll be moving to the F1 track later, but commentating alongside with me for the F2 cars is the incredible Jamie Mcasa Elder. How you doing?
I'm not too sure, big man. How are you?
I am fabulous, as you could probably tell by that introduction. I am so ready for this. So, I'm Casa, as it is your, I believe, first or maybe second time ever commentating the F2 cars with me. Who do you want to go on board with for the rundown?
I went on board with Ragnar, but I'm going to switch to Horn Badger because I want to watch him fail.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's a lovely track, isn't it? We've got 3 DRS zones, 2 detection points, and this is turn 3. You're going to see a lot of action into this one on the race, hopefully. As Horn Badger takes it nice and neatly to turn 4, and then this is where you can see a lot of thrills and spills, turn 5, isn't it? Yeah. Just running a little too wide or clipping the curve on the inside a bit too much. And up towards turn 6 and 7, sort of you've got 3 corners that are quite similar, sort of a left and a long, a sharp right, then a long left. 1, 2, 6 and 7, and these ones here, 9 and 10. And this is going to be a crucial corner come the race, because this is probably the long run. I don't know, I've never actually seen F2 on this track, so I'm not sure how they're going to handle the corner here. It'll be interesting to see. This is 11 and 12, and actually there's a lot of shifting there, isn't there, in F2?
Yeah.
This is Vegas corner, we call it, isn't it? Turn 12.
Yeah.
Famous crashed out his season, was it season 1 or season 2?
Yeah, season 1.
Season 1, wasn't it? First race, bang in the wall for Vegas.
The thing is, he was doing so well as well. Like, he was really showing some insane pace, and then bam, off into the wall. It was a very sad moment.
Oh, you say sad moment. I kind of laugh. A couple of corners there left. That's turn 15 cross, and then turn 16 right-hander onto the home straight. Again, that's one of the most crucial corners on the track to get the run off there, because you come up to the line, and you're going to do a time of 136 pretty much 136.6 for Badger. Bottas gang taking pole though.
Yep, Bottas gang. He's very much a familiar face in these F2 cars. We've seen him plenty of times dominating. We've seen him plenty of times not dominating, to be truthfully honest. And it's good to see that he's been put a bit of practice in and actually put himself back on pole with a 133.521. He is 4 tenths clear, 4 and a bit tenths clear of Piloto, who has been titled the F2 Monster.
Well, he's going to have to try and live up to that now, isn't he?
He is indeed. So, obviously, this is the F2 series, which is, it's more of a for fun sort of little warm-up, a little bit of a hype builder in preparation for the F1 cars. You do have the 25% feature race and then a 25% sprint race, but here's how it's going to look going into the first feature race. So, Bottas gang on pole, as we expected, with 4 points now because of that. It will give him a good start going in towards the weekend. Piloto Paya in second, Cryptic was third, but everyone advanced so quickly, which never happens.
Cryptic, Landers Milkman, Aviator, Nixana, Raven Duck, Horn Badger, Nerex, and someone else. Hearts of
Lapis. Have Lapis.
Lapis?
Like Lapis Lazuli. Any Minecraft fans? Are you a Minecraft fan?
No.
How can you not be a Minecraft fan?
I'm 33.
You like Lego?
Yes.
It's
so much more
virtual Lego.
I'd rather have actual Lego.
Well, I am slightly disappointed, but luckily, to appease that disappointment, I do have a beautiful F2 Grand Prix ready to get started. So the formation lap will begin. It'll be Bottas gang leading us away. And I'm going to ask you, Mkasa, very clearly, what's your 1, 2, 3 at the end of the feature race?
It would be better if my temperature hadn't just crashed them.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm going to have to launch that back up again. Give me a second.
You do that. I'll give you my 1, 2, 3 then whilst you're doing that. Bottas gang has definitely got the pace. Everybody's on medium, so there's not going to be any sort of crazy tyre strategy in because everyone would be on the same tyre. No one's going to... You don't have to pit in the 25% in these feature races. You can just purely go to the end. Obviously, in 25% for F1, then you would.
I think it's F2 doesn't like this.
Wait, you're trying?
Yeah, I've never tried it with F2 in all honesty, so... No, it's just crashed on F2, so I guess we can't have F2 telemetry.
Oh, well, never mind. Luckily, Codemasters have just very kindly given us a track map. So we can see that on the right side where everyone is. We can see who is currently struggling down at the back. It looks like it could be Marquez. Yeah, Marquez is at the back at the minute. Oh, we've lost.
Badger's...
What's happened?
Badger's been disqualified, so that's not an issue.
Well, but I don't know if they know that.
Well, he knows that. He'll be back
Is
in
that-
though, won't he?
I think we're rehosting.
It would appear so, yes. I think we had an issue with getting Daniel in. So there is another rehost. Because he couldn't get in. It's great that they communicate this information with us, isn't it?
Well, I mean, we can figure it out.
Oh, Boss Gang. Well, he's definitely...
Steam? Oh. Steam apparently is having problems.
Again?
We shall bear in mind and see people having Steam issues. Yep, Steam's gone poo-poo apparently.
Oh, well.
We'll have to wait and see. I mean, I'm alive at the minute.
No, so there's just a fair few drivers that are still here.
It's similar to the coronavirus. It's slowly working its way through.
Coronavirus is a big overdone thing. It's just
Well,
the flu. It's got a different name from China.
Let's not go into that, shall we? So there will be a rehost regardless, no matter what happens. People are coming back, so it's good. Yeah, there's going to need to be a rehost. You can see the guys on the track. But yeah, we'll talk about the update going forward then, because this update has been pretty solid. We've got an increase in safety cars, which you will see if there is a major crash here in the 25%. It does actually happen quite frequently, so let's dip out of this lobby then real quick and then get ready for...
I'm just waiting for my invite starts. I quite find just watching this start. It could be fun to watch. Are you still here?
I'm here. I'm
Are
leaving.
you in the race still?
I am leaving.
I'm just going to watch the start.
But there's going to be no one there. It's all AIs.
You say that. Doesn't mean you can't have a crash.
Apologies for the delay. We are going to have to go back to some hold music just whilst we get the lobby back up and set up again due to the Steam-related issues. So enjoy the music, and we'll be in just a few minutes. Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen, to the F2 feature race. Apologies for the delay. Steam did have a minor blip, which luckily we only lost a couple of drivers and they managed to get that connection back very swiftly. So fingers crossed Steam holds out for us and doesn't let us ruin this beautiful Grand Prix that is going to be feature race first, sprint race after. Casa, top 3 prediction, please.
I haven't got a clue. I don't know half these drivers. Well, I do, but not idea
have
how
a
they're
stab
going to
in the
finish
dark. Come on,
this is F2. This is completely random.
Have a guess. Go on. I believe in you.
What are we talking? Which race? Are we talking overall here?
This feature race. Just this feature race.
Oh, Piloto, Milkman, Cryptic.
Okay. See, where's Bottas going on? Why is he not there? We are missing him. Unless he chose a different car. No. He should be P1.
Different name. No, Piloto's P1.
Please, not another rehearsed, I beg.
What if he was...
Oh, Cryptic! He's lost it. He's kept it out of the wall, though. Not that it matters, but if it had touched the wall,
a bit of life.
It could have been reset to track. That would have been awful, to say the least. Oh, we lost another one. That's Daniel. He's lost it as well. That's not good at all. Big oof there on his part.
Shouldn't really be a problem, though, spinning off the formation lap. So you might just put a little bit more wear on your tyres, but it's not really going to change the outcome of this, I don't think.
I think they'll now be warm, to be honest. I think they're definitely now warm enough, yeah. So he'll be loving life a little bit on those tyres then. So Piloto, as it stands in, looks like we're just going to continue, I think. Piloto is going to be the new pole position then. Cryptic P2, Lando's P3, Aviator P4. Now, if I was to give you my top 3, I think Piloto will take the win. Aviator can do it. He's definitely got the pace to do it. I have faith in Ollie as well. I'm going to Piloto, Lando's Milkman, Cryptic, which is what you went, right? Didn't you go the same?
Sorry, I was trying to sort out the names that I can't do it on this thing. I went Padge, Milkman, Cryptic.
Okay. All right then. Piloto's ready to get going. We did have a couple of drivers that had reset to the grid. It looks like it could have been. Was it Heart of Lapis? No, it was not. It was Marquez. And
very slow, Daniel.
Nert. It was Nert. Yeah, Daniel is going to be a little bit later to the party. He's on his way down now. He's going to be the last one to join this and get ready to go. Now, as Vegas has just rightly pointed out, we do have a little mod battle going on, an admin battle, which is a Horned Badger in P7, Raven Duck in P6, and now we're ready to go. So everyone is prepped. Everyone has done a little bit of practice at least, and the lights are on. As soon as they disappear, it's go time here in Australia, and immediately we've got lots of wheel spin, lots of smoke being kicked up then, and immediately we've seen Piloto get off to a good start. Cryptic is there, he's hanging in a little bit, but he's not quite got it. Badger is proper on it, but look at Piloto, he's off onto the grass. That's really knocked him down the order. He's going to join the track very cleanly, and no damage, turn 1.
Badger's absolutely stormed through. He's looking for one down the inside. That's going to be a collection, and another spin. And that is a lot of wing damage going on there. That's probably 3 or 4 cars now with front wing damage. 2-second penalties, 3-second penalties, Norio flags. It is all kicking off here. Badger's not helping himself here. He had a little nudge. That was a big hang slap of Daniel there.
Yeah.
And Cryptic is right down at the back. The yellow flags are flying off at the moment. And it's, I think mayhem is the best way to start. Lando's in a slipstream. Badger looking down the inside here. Collected the back end of him. Hasn't worried him at all. But Badger didn't get the drive off the corner because he went in a bit deeper.
Oh no, Marquez! Marquez just goes into the side of Daniel, gets rotated completely. And Nertex does have no front wing and he's a fair bit behind, so we'll have to worry about it later. Yeah, but just keep an eye on this battle for 1, 2, and 3 because this is very tight. Badger and Raven Duck, they are really going side by side. I don't know who's going to benefit. Badger. Oh, it's not Raven Duck, sorry, it is Nixana. Getting in there with Badger. Badger's getting very elbowy, and I think he's got the right to because he's properly alongside. And now it's Raven Duck and Badger having a side-by-side battle. And now Raven Duck is just slowly falling down. I don't know what's out. He's got wing damage, but surely that's not affected him that much.
Some interesting lines being taken by Nixana through 11 and 12. He just completely cut the chicane and didn't even look like he tried to make it. So, interesting line.
Pit stops. Lano's Milkman's in.
A lot of pit stops.
So is Raven Duck. He's in as well. Cryptic too. I mean, we saw Cryptic coming in because he had mega damage. Lapis has been disqualified, facing the wrong direction. It can be... This game is quite brutal when it comes to that.
Oh no, it's not even pit lane. Hadn't even got to that point. He's just gone off at turn 15. Prost. Bang, disqualification.
He's a she, by the way.
She.
Piloto Paya on the back of Badger. Almost a little contact there between the two of them. Badger's gone wide. That allows Piloto to just slip on through. But Badger in P4, considering how much confidence he didn't have in himself prior to this race, he's actually doing pretty well. I mean, I don't want to jinx him, but this is looking pretty good.
He's absolutely stormed on his opening lap. Yeah, okay, he had a little bit of coming together with a few people. But he's still there, and he's just he's just lost out to Daniel. But it doesn't mean Daniel gives him a squeeze. He always has to leave the space.
Yeah, always
not
have
there.
to leave it the space. Piloto Paya on the back of Nixana, coming up towards turn 11. Nixana is going to have to really be smart around this one. Piloto's just backed off a little bit, made sure the line is nice and tidy, but the exit is key. Not on lap 3 yet, so no DRS just yet. But Nixana will have to worry as we come to this area next time round. If they're not swapped places, then there's going to be issues. But Daniel and Badger, they're going side by side. Badger's going around the outside. Has he gone too far? He's just on the grass, but he's kept it under control. Daniel will keep all the P4. Badger stays P5. He's got a lot of work to do.
Is he badgering him?
That's awful. Never again. But Piloto is about to pie into the back of Nixana if he gets the opportunity. Avier's taken off to set the fastest lap, 1:38.006. No one's around to actually contest this, but Daniel has gone into the pits.
I'm just looking at Aviator's lead. It's 6 seconds on lap 3. I think he might have this one. Yeah, Daniel, has he picked up damage? Yes, he has. He's getting that wing change that's released. Badger, he's now 3.8 seconds off the rear of Piloto Badger as Daniel's gone for the super softs. Yeah. How are they going to work out? They could be quite volatile here.
They could be. He's also had a front wing replaced because he needed it. And Nixana is very much feeling the heat now. There's Piloto Paya all over the back of him. He's got a very bright orange car chasing him down. Nixana's not really going to have an answer to this when we come to the next DRS zone. Whether or not you're going to go for it in that area or not, I don't know. Because realistically, if you pass there, you're going to have to think of a way out of the final corner to be much faster than Nixana because he's going to be rapid. But here he comes then. He's going for the inside. Nixana opts for the outside, which is going to be a tough line going in towards turn 11. And they are side by side, and somehow they've kept it together. Nixana's got the inside again. They're going to be a little bit wide there, but still a beautiful overtake there from Piloto. DRS went to Nixana. Nixana's coming back at him down the inside, holding it tight and nice. Keep it on the...
Got the switchback though. Piloto just taking a huge advantage of that. The switchback worked beautifully. Just let Nixana go. Unfortunately, it just means Badger's not going to get DRS on the home straight. Because Nixana's got that one, but Nixana can't put the power down. That's Nixana's problem, just lighting up the rears every single time. It does have front wing damage, says Nixana, 25% front right.
It's a big problem for him then in that respect, but Nixana is working his way towards Piloto, trying to get that back. He does have DRS again, but that is a big corner cut there. That's got to have been a warning at least. I mean, there's definitely no penalty because it didn't show, but that was a huge corner cut. Very cheeky.
Yeah, just a little bit. On board with Daniel, he's got those super softs in the slipstream of Daniel's milkman. He could be Daniel's milkman. Lando's milkman. I'm going to see how... Oh, well, if you take the corner like that, you're really going to struggle to make an overtake. He's lost the back end going through the apex. And he's going to struggle to have a chance here. Cryptic has a chance on Rainduck behind. Teammate on teammate there. And is Cryptic going to go one down the inside? No, he's not. I say teammate on teammate. They're different colour cars, but they're same colour icons. Just the mess with me.
You may have it. I see what you're saying. They are slightly different. But yeah, I see what you're saying. They're marginally different, but they are. Okay, so Ravenduck is holding Cryptic back very nicely. It's only a 3.6 second gap between Ravenduck and Daniel, so that could potentially close in. But bear in mind that Daniel is on the super soft tyres, so he will have the grip. Ravenduck is gone! That's a big off, and there's contact with that wall. How is Ravenduck still alive? That was a big hit.
It was a pure nose hit. That was how he's still alive. 100% front right gone. Nothing on the front left, believe it or not. So he gave it a good hit and hit just the wing. Didn't even touch the tyre.
Well,
And
there's more
bounce.
battle going on. Lando's Milkman's under attack from Daniel. Again, same areas we saw Nixana and Piloto. And he has to back out for the first left-hander. Does make it a very difficult line for Landos, but he somehow held it together. But the DRS being available for Daniel means he should be able to cruise on through, especially with that extra grip he's got in those super soft tyres. A nice simple overtake, or is it? Because Landos is still there. He's on the outside, gets shoved off to the outside on the grass, and Daniel is through. Controversially, but still through.
Yeah, Lando will get some DRS. Daniel made a mistake a couple of laps ago on this final corner. So if Daniel does that again, Lando is in a good chance to make this overtake. Daniel kicks up a bit of dirt, and I think Lando's probably got a better drive through that, but he's just not going to be close enough. DRS means nothing with the guy in front who's got so much grippier tyres. And I think we might see Rainduck heading into the pit lane momentarily. Yellow in sector 3. I think that's Rainduck again.
Well, now we have a trusty track map. We should be able to see exactly
Don't have
what
names on
and where. No, we have beautiful colours, which should give us an indicator as to who it is and where they are. I can see somebody's in the pits, which is Ravenduck. Again, having to pit to get another wing replaced. Should go for the super soft tyres. I think he probably will do. We only have 3 laps to go. And oh, Daniel just getting onto that grass. That's a big problem for him. Lando's Milkman has an opportunity now to close in. And potentially, big wobble
big
again
wobble.
for Daniel. I was expecting a mega off there, but he's kept it together. This is really getting intense for Daniel.
Yeah, he's not helping himself at the moment. He has the tyres, and he does have raw pace. Lando nearly has pace of the wall. Keeps his car facing the right way. I saw Daniel the other day in another league on Thursday, and he was pushing Meister. So that shows he does have pure pace. However, these are different animals to F1 cars. Much different from those.
And there indeed, a bit of a lock up there from Lando's Milkman on the front right will not help him as he enters that
DRS
corner.
gone. He doesn't have DRS.
Yeah. It's just that small little mistake, these minor little mistakes that stop you from being able to get the major, the advantages. Although that will help him. Daniel has a big tank slapper.
Oh.
Here comes Lando's, then straight on by. No real challenge permitted there. And Daniel won't have DRS either because there's only one detection zone for both activation zones here. Cryptic does set the new fastest lap and he's closing in on these two. But as it stands right now, Lando's has P5, Daniel's in P6, does have the toe. He's not going to get it unless he goes for a big send, which it looks like he is doing. It's a big lockup, but no damage, no change of positions. And you say Ravenduck's gone off?
Yeah, I think he's just made another little mistake. Has more front wing damage. His day's not going too well. Daniel, though. Oh, I thought he was going to be making a move there.
No, he's trying though. He's still on the back end. Look at that. They've got another lockup there. He somehow needs to rein this in a little bit. Again, another tank slapper. If you're used to the F1 cars and you come into these F2s, they have such low tolerance in the lower gears for the snap out there. As you get to about a third of the way through the rev limit, you can see it just snaps again. And big catch there from Cryptic in the background. He almost lost everything there, but somehow he just catches it. Cryptic is down in P7, chasing after this little battle that's going on. Daniel, oh my lord, my heart can't take this anymore.
I've got a lovely helicopter cam. Unfortunately, it's all going to be for now because I don't think Daniel's going to be close enough. No, he's not. Lock up, though, from the Milkman. Daniel is right on his rear. He's going to get some DRS if he can get to the home line. Start-finish line. Unlucky he nearly did last time. Just looking, 25 seconds off the back of Badger. Badger has a nice lockdown on P4 here. So, what are you seeing?
Lando's Milkman got on the curb, started twitching, started to lose everything, and now this has allowed Daniel to get very close. Oh, we've lost Ravenduck. He has gone. There it is. Same place as before. He's lost it one more time. And that's the same as you were saying earlier when we were doing the formation.
Oh, sorry. Daniel making a move from Lando. Lando is going to lose a place. He just went off the line a little bit. Daniel has gone through and sits right in the middle, and Lando has no chance of getting back past there. Daniel did a massive lockup, though, into the corner. And is well off the line as well. Lando has... This one isn't over.
No,
I think
it really
let's
isn't.
do swap back. But sorry, go back to what you're saying.
No, you absolutely spot on there. And excited to get a penalty. That won't benefit Badger just yet, because he's a bit too far back. And I don't think that's going to change, at least for now. So, Landos Milman is in a great position to get the final move done. There's a big switch. He's gone around the outside. How has he done that? What a move from Landos Milkman. I have never seen anyone go around the outside, but he's had to give it back. I think he may have got the overtake off track, but that was such a good attempt from Landos.
I think that move needs to be on some of those triple X sites, because that was just pure filth.
It really was. I am so impressed by that overtake. I mean, he's coming back at him. Here he is, going round again on the outside line. I think Daniel would be wise to let him go, to be honest, because when you get to that home straight, you're going to need the DRS, which is what he's going to get now. And Daniel, in those better conditioned tyres, those super soft tyres, should be able to take off all the way through. And the lock-up there from Landos means those tyres are going to be pretty cooked. Can't lose it now on the rear, which I'm expecting to see one of them do. And a little bit there from Daniel. He did not get the pace he needed, so now he's in trouble. Now he has not got the gap. Landos has an opportunity to push away, but Cryptic is also bringing himself into this fight.
Yeah, Cryptic just missed out by about a tenth on that DRS. And this is the final lap now for these guys. The leader's well away. He's coming to the end of halfway through the track. He's actually going through turn 11 and 12 at the moment. Badger's actually closing up at the back of him, so that could be interesting. One mistake from Aviator could cost him the win here today.
Yeah, it would be pretty tragic. Aviator's done such a good job in this race to keep himself ahead by a large margin, but Piloto's really eaten that down. If you remember, lap 2, I think he was. What was he, 6 seconds ahead was Aviator?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and Piloto's managed to eat that down to just 2. So if Aviator has a penalty and Piloto doesn't, Piloto will take the win, and that is crucial. Oh, big lock up there from Daniel. He's trying to get the exit he needs. He's trying to get as much time gain as possible, and that's cost him. Off into the wall he goes. Big crash from Daniel. He has retired from the Grand Prix. That is him done and dusted. Aviator has crossed the line and taken the wins. There was no penalty between them. Niksana will take P3. Badger will take P4. And that is a really good performance from him, especially considering how little practice he's had.
Yeah, Cryptic hasn't got DRS on Lando, so it's going to be tricky. But don't rule out a wobble going through that final corner. That could change everything here. Lando's only got 0.6 of a lead as Daniel falls further down after his instant lock up. Big there from Lando and a wobble. Cryptic through nice and easy. That's Marquez getting well out of the way. And it's not going to change. Penalties could change things if there are any.
Nope.
Cryptic got a 2-second penalty anyway for his contact earlier on in the race. Up at turn 3 on that opening lap, so...
Yeah, and what a move that was earlier from Landos Milkman. It was such an insane I really, really want to see that again. That was just so hypey. Oh, Nurtex nearly loses the car. Keeps it together through the final corner and towards that the start-finish line. There it is, and that's the end of the feature race. So the 25% feature race is over. We'll get a rundown in just a second of those drivers, but we are about to transition into the sprint race, which again is another 25%. I think it's 6 laps in total. We'll take that in a second. And there is your podium. Let's have a look now at the finishers then and how that ran down. So Aviator takes the win by quite a margin, considering how fast Piloto was. He started off P1, remember? Just lost out a bit too much, did Piloto. Straight into turn 1, ran off onto the grass, and that was the end of his run there. Niksana P3, Badger P4, Landos Milman P5 with a huge battle he had with Daniel, which ended up in tears, sadly, for Daniel. Cryptic P6, Nurtex P7, Daniel P8, Marquez P9, Ravenduck DNF'd, and Heart of Lapis sadly gets disqualified for facing the wrong direction. In terms of points overall, that's exactly how it runs down. Nothing changed just yet. Now, if Bottas Gang was here, he would have got those additional 4 points and potentially spiced things up a little bit, but sadly, there was an issue getting him into the lobby, and we needed to get underway. Piloto does get the points for the fastest laps. That's why he's got 20 points in total, so he's actually only 5 points behind Aviator. Really got the opportunity now in the sprint race to bring this back.
Yeah, so is it the top 8 get reversed?
That's right, yeah. So Daniel will be on pole going into yeah, exactly. Can you imagine being on pole in the feature? You've just had a really rough feature race. You know, you had such a solid run so far. You had a lot of back end kickouts and whatnot, but then it comes to the final lap and you just lose it a bit too much, straight off into the wall and retire from the session. And now you find yourself on pole position going into the sprint race. This is an opportunity to get some proper good points in. Not necessarily win the weekend, but potentially really put yourself up towards P3 area.
Yeah, it's going to give him a good little chance here. He's going to you say he's not going to win the weekend, but he has a good chance of just securing some more points. Obviously, there's not quite as many points on offer now as there were in the first one. We'll see a full points at the end of this race. So I think we've got to be keeping our eyes on Aviator and Piloto and see what they can achieve, and see if they can make their way through the field. It's looking a little bit groggy here, but apparently it's just overcast. It's not overcast. Yes, it is overcast. Sorry.
So you may see that we have a new driver on the field. Goes by the name of Tortor. He is joining us to be the 12th driver. It's already going to get really hot then, because Tortor is somebody who's very... he's been in these cars a few times. Is this... This must be AI driving here. I don't think this is actually him driving. No, it's not. I've had a confirmation it's not him driving.
So, Daniel, because he DNF doesn't actually get reverse ordered, he starts P11, so he will not be pole.
Oh.
Hang on.
Oh, it's custom grid, that's why.
It's not been reversed.
No, it's custom grid. Because we had to rehost and got the custom grid on. It meant that now, going into the sprint race, they've just stayed as they were. So that's really put an awkward situation in there for, well, a great situation for Piloto. He can actually now attack Aviator, but Aviator's got a lot of work to do. He's starting P4. Bear in mind he won the race in the feature race. He's going to have to somehow pull this out to get at least more points than Piloto to hold on to his overall weekend win.
Yeah, it's going to be quite tricky for him. I'm just trying to find out. I'm sure you probably know because you've done it loads of times. What are the points like?
So it's, I believe, if I remember correctly now, you just lose first place points. So whoever gets P1 would get what is P2 points in the feature race. Does that make sense? Oh.
Something like that. I'm just trying to look it up at this precise moment. I don't know if I'm going to do it in time, but I will try.
I'm not sure if the AI is bugged or... so... Tortor went from having a number to now not having a number, and also his AI just had a meltdown and has decided he doesn't want to take part in this race. Had a a little run into the wall. It's 15 points, by the way, sorry for P1. 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1 is how...
Oh, he said just as I find it. Thanks.
Buemel with the clutch there. I don't know what will happen here. Tortor has left the session. And there we go. Right, okay, so we are going to get underway then. The lights are on. Here we go for the final of the F2 races. Piloto gets a beautiful start. There's a bit of a bog down there from Lando's Milkman. He's actually lost a position. He might even lose more than that because Nixana's through as well. Aviator already up into P3. Looking for the move there on Cryptic. Whether he's going to get it or not, I don't think so, but Nixana's through.
Wing damage, I think that was Lando. No, it's Horn Badger, massive front right damage, 38% gone. I don't think it was his teammate. I think Lando got away with it. No, he didn't. End plate's missing off Lando, so looking like those two have picked up a little bit of damage. Was that a coming together between teammates? DMS teams?
Yeah, potentially. It's not good at all. Aviator still back into P4. Nixana got a really good start. He's up into P3. Cryptic is up into P2 and he's in a pretty good position overall. He needs to maintain this. Remember, he did have a pretty rough race in the feature race. Who's that coming in for it? That was Lando's looking for a move there. Ravenduck up into P5. He's really charging along now, trying to recover from the horrific race he had last time round. Could potentially get onto the podium today. It's going to be a lot of work, though.
Oh, Cryptic's off! Off of Vegas corner! Little contact between him and I think it was Nixana. And Cryptic is in the barrier. He's got to be careful trying to get back on track and nearly going straight into the path of Horn Badger. But he's back up and running. Unfortunately, he's got some front wing damage. And he's going to be right down in P10. Nightmare situation for Cryptic.
Yeah, it's a disaster, really. What's happened to Nixana? He's had an issue. He's really fallen down the order. He's lost the rear somewhere because his tyres are 3,000 degrees. He's got himself back on the track. He's got himself pointing in the right direction. Oh, that was a big wobble there again. He is trying to keep himself pointing the right way. P6 is where he sits now after that mistake. Nurtex up into P3. Again, had a really rough feature race. He's having a really solid sprint race.
He's been helped by a little jumping about by Aviator as a result of his lag. But Nurtex is still there. Ravenduck is off the back as well. And DRS will be enabled at the end of the next lap. But
It's okay. I thought Nixana had gone into... I think there was a moment where Nixana and Landos were touching. Landos was pointing in the wrong direction, at least for a split second. Again, caught it. Underway again. 2 seconds behind Ravenduck. Ravenduck and Nurtex, they're in a position to potentially get this podium here, and more.
Well, the thing is, they've got to make these tyres last. These super softs, I do have some data on some of the super soft drivers, and some of them are going to struggle on their final lap. As Nurtex nearly struggles already on lap 2. A little bit slower. It's going to give Ravenduck a chance, but Ravenduck just too far off at this point. He will have a bit more speed, but not close enough as we go through turns 11 and 12.
So,
hang on. Nurtex is just very slow. Ravenduck's just going to walk on by, quite literally. And
it honestly feels like Ravenduck and Badger swapped places from the feature race. Ravenduck had a rough race in the feature race. Actually, look at this. Nurtex is coming back at him. Ravenduck side by side. They've kept it clean, and Ravenduck keeps his position. P3 still for him. Nixana and Landos Milkman are having a good scrap. Nurtex gets a penalty, so that will be news to Ravenduck's ears, but he's... Oh no! Nixana off into the wall. Somehow has the most indestructible wing I've ever seen. And there was almost contact between him and Badger. Badger saw that and ran very wide to give him that position. I don't know how Nixana still got wing.
Let's have a look. He's got 100% wing.
How has he done that? His car must be made of titanium, not carbon fibre. Landos Milkman is on the back of Nurtex, who's really starting to fall apart now. Ravenduck pulling away. 7/10 gap is where it sits right now. Daniel's on the back of Landos as well. Now the two Virtuosi teammates might actually communicate and do something about this. I don't think so though. Nurtex having a little bit of a teleportation there, which is kind of scary from Lando's perspective, but no damage, no contact, nothing to worry about. And Lando's still P5.
Lando does have front wing damage, they don't forget, and his front right end plate is missing after the opening lap, so he's doing really well to still with this position. Yellow flag in sector 2, that's Daniel's had an off. That's
Same place.
Oh, that is a big off.
Yeah, same place as before. He's very unhappy with the performance from himself. Nurtex P4 then. He's actually somehow worked his way back up towards the back of Ravenduck. Ravenduck's had a big mistake. Oh, that was a very, very scary moment for Nurtex, who locks the brakes. And here comes Landos to repair this. He's into the wall. That would... No, he's not. He teleported.
I think Lando's got a lot of teleportation issues today. And
it's
looking running
Nurtex
outside.
that's got the issues.
Is it? Oh, okay.
He scared the life out of me. He went off into the wall on my screen. Made me question my sanity for a split second, as he's then absolutely fine in the next moment.
Got the run here, though. He's definitely got the run here on Lando. Lando tries to go defensive, but Nurtex is just going to walk on by. Lando looking down the inside? No. And in that move made already means Nurtex will get another bit of DRS just to pull away a little bit, and that's really going to help him hold this place. Come the checker flag. Does, though, have a 2-second penalty if I'm not mistaken.
Now remember, Aviator does have a 5-point lead between him and Piloto in the weekend points, so that will mean that as it stands, Aviator will still win. Except, I think, if Piloto gets the fastest lap and gets the race win, I think he beats Aviator by a singular point. Could be wrong, but I think he has. So we'll keep an eye out. We'll see.
2 points for fastest lap.
Yeah. And 3 points for 5. No, they'll be tied. They'll be tied. Cryptic with the fastest lap though, so that's going to be something Piloto's going to have to try and beat in order for that to those points to go towards him. This is getting tense all around then. 2 laps to go, 3 if you include the remainder of the one they're on right now. Race leader is quite the way up the field. Nurtex in trouble. Here comes Landos.
He's under a bit of pressure, but don't forget Lando does have that front wing damage. It means he's going to be a little bit slower through the corners. And Nurtex, if you take a corner like that, Nurtex, you're going to lose the place anyway. So Lando takes it. Nurtex will get DRS on the home straight as Lando has a wobble. Nearly going to the side of Nurtex. And Nurtex going to look for the switchback there through the second last corner. And a little squeeze by Lando. So Nurtex, he seems to want to try and go around the outside of that corner. There's no chance of that. There's no room. That way. Get that way.
I thought he was going to try and take it on the grass there, but that would have been impossible. He would have lost everything if he'd have gone for that. And now he's lost even more by trying to even fake it out, and that's Landos Milkman ahead in P4, half a second up the road. Nurtex really just kind of chucked that away. Or, although Landos has helped him out a little bit by losing the rear just a touch. Here he comes down the inside then looking for that move. It's going to be a tight one. It's going to be a tough one, but no damage on either car. A little bit of a touch, but that was it.
Just a wheel kiss. That was all it was. And we've got this lap and one more left of this race. I'm just trying to see if we've got some tyre information going around. They seem to have calmed down a little bit on the tyre front now with these super softs. They were looking like they weren't going to make it towards the end of the race without a possibility of puncture, but they seem to have hauled it back in now.
Now, I don't want to jinx it. But the man in P3 has been doing a pretty good job of working that gap down between him and Aviator. It was a 2.2 earlier. I did just see it at 1.8. He has just somehow lost a bit of time. But Ravenduck is looking good.
This could be the make or break for the championship here, because I don't know of a tie-breaking situation between Piloto and Aviator that would, if they finish with the same points, they've both got first and second. In an actual standings, they're tied, completely tied. There's no tiebreaker for that. I don't know if it would then work off fastest lap, which would be my guess if you had to put a tiebreaker between these two. We're going to find out though. It's the final lap. If Aviator picks up a 2-second penalty and Ravenduck takes a better line than he did through that first corner, that might change everything. Ravenduck is still there. 2-second penalty will change this.
I think we would have to give the win to Piloto because he did get fastest lap in the last race as well. Whereas Aviator does not have that at all.
Who has the fastest lap in this race?
Cryptic. 1:34.9. Marquez has retired from the session. We've just seen him off there. That's Nertex losing the rear, but he's kept it on the track. He's kept it on the grippy stuff. And that is good for him.
So Aviator has this then. Aviator's got the championship as it stands.
Why does he? Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. Unless Piloto manages to snatch that fastest lap. That's the only way now. That's the only way now that Piloto can win.
If Ravenduck gets past Aviator, then Piloto will win the championship. The first and second will outdo a first and third, irregardless of point standings. Although if Ravenduck takes corners like that, he won't be getting anywhere near him. A little bit on the dirt there, and then... But he's still looking good for a P3 here, which is great to see. A very spread out grid now.
So Piloto then coming round the final corner. Has he done it? Has he set the fastest lap? This is the crucial area that matters. Piloto to the line. Is it quick enough? No, it isn't. So now it's all down to Aviator. Will he lose that position? Don't think he will.
No.
So Aviator has won the overall weekend win.
Yeah, that's a great performance from him. What could have been though if we hadn't messed up, or if the game hadn't messed up and we had correct grids.
Oh, Toto and Half Lapis, they are going to be battling side by side through.
Toto actually here?
No, it's AI, I believe, but
okay.
Half Lapis is going to be having to defend this pretty hard. Oh, that did help that Toto. It might actually be Toto then. It could potentially be him. He's on the back. Like yeah, well, AI wouldn't like, would they? They would be struggling regardless. And Toto's trying to hold Lapis, trying to get that position. Lapis is going to be taking it through the second to last. Needs to hold the line. Has just lost the rear a little bit. Oh, his contact! Little bit of a mistake made, but Lapis could still get P9. Go, 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 go. There she goes. Toto is over to the outside. He's going to struggle now. And Lapis will run off and get that second, the second to last points position. And there it is. I don't think it was actually Toto. I think it was the AI. But still.
That was very Schumacher-esque against Hill at Adelaide.
Listen, it worked, all right? That's all that matters.
Yeah, and it worked in Adelaide in 94, and I'm still not bitter about
that. Well, that is your podium for the second of the F2 races, the final sprint race. There is the rundown at the end of that sprint race. So Piloto taking P1, Aviator taking P2, Ravenduck taking P3. Really solid result from him. Alandos takes P4, Nertex takes P5, Nixana takes 6th, Badger takes 7th, Cryptic takes 8th, Lapis takes 9th, and then Toto, Marquez, and Daniel, they all didn't make it to the end of the race. But when you look at the weekend, it's Aviator who takes it by 2 points. What could have happened had Piloto got that fastest lap as well would have made things really, really intense. But Aviator takes it overall. Piloto takes 2nd, Nixana takes 3rd, Landos takes 4th, Badger takes 5th, Nertex takes 6th, Cryptic takes 7th, Ravenduck takes 8th. He's tied with Cryptic for that. Daniel takes 9th, Marquez takes 10th, and then Lapis, then Tortor. That's it for the F2 races, but don't go anywhere because in just a few moments we are going to be getting underway with the F1 race and it's going to be super hypey. Prepare yourselves.